Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Blazer Victory Podcast. John Duncan here, and I'm joined, as always, with my co-host Darian Smith, live and in person, as our UAB Blazers defeat the Miami, Ohio Redhawks 24-20 to win the Hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl. And Darian, there's a lot of things to go over, but first things first, man. 50th win for the program since the return. Third program win, bowl win ever. So it's a lot of things to be happy about today.
The third bowl win ever. To me, it means so much. I never got a ring. I don't have any kind of ring. A lot of guys before me, they don't have a ring. So to just a third bowl ring in the Clark, extension of the Clark era, that's impressive. Shouts out to this coaching staff, man. They got it done.
Yeah, they did, man. And you could tell there were some emotions after the game, especially from Bryant Vincent and the players. I mean, you watched the end of the broadcast, and the lady, I don't know her name, but she was asking him about how far this, how this season went, and what his plans are for the future. And you could just tell that Bryant Vincent was still UAB Birmingham through and through, and that's just such a class act, man. You got Trent and Dilfer on the sideline, the guy that's about to basically replace you, and you still are acting like a class act and still, putting UAB first. It makes me kind of emotional just watching it.
He rolled out the red mat for Trent Dilfer. Not only did he have him there, he's successfully integrated him into this Blazer family. That speaks to the character of the man. I tried to make a tweet and just say, through the good, bad, and ugly, all the criticisms and everything, thank you for what you've done, because people can say what they want, but he is Blazer blood through and through the DNA. You can tell by how he speaks and how much he cares, how much he wanted this job for this program, not only for his players, but for this program and for the city of Birmingham. That's real love. That's something that's hard to get, especially in this day and age of coaches hopping everywhere and NIL, and you got this and that. That's special. Like I said, I know I personally have been very critical at certain points of the time. Now we've definitely sung his praises too.
Oh yeah.
But I just want to acknowledge the criticisms. But that goes along. That comes with this job, right? And I just want to give a big shout out to them for it. In those criticisms, it wasn't only us. Honestly, we was kind of soft on the criticism. Yeah. It wasn't just us.
Right.
It was stuff that was reverberating throughout. But to be so strong and to be so steady through a season of uncertainty and doubt, that speaks a lot as a man to his character and to the rest of that coaching staff and how much those kids love him. So I know it's like a soliloquy to him, but I think he deserves it, because this is just the end. He's an extension of Bill Clark, and it's really an end of an era. It's kind of sad to see, because this is the group of coaches that brought us from the ashes. Basically, we were dead, and they came along and they brought us back to life. So, shout out to them, man. I'm finna take another shot to that.
There you go. Yeah, cheers, man. But before we get into the game, look, Bryant Vincent, he didn't even have to coach this game. He could have been like, you know what, forget it. You're not gonna hire me. I'm not gonna be the guy going for it. What's the point in me even coaching this ball game? Coaching this bowl game. Mm-hmm. And he did, and I guess we can go ahead and just jump into the game. That 4th and 1 call towards the end, he could have just kicked that field goal and said, "All right, we're gonna go to overtime in the Bahamas."
Yeah.
And he said, "No, we're going."
Why not, man?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you don't have anything to lose, so it's all right. The way the offensive line was playing today, you knew they were going.
We was on them.
Yeah, it was on them.
So, man.
So hey, Skull. Yeah, we know he had that fumble the drive before, but you can tell after that he was motivated. Once the defense got to stop and didn't allow any more points on the board, he was motivated. And so what'd they do? Hand it to Skull, right side of that offensive line, basically untouched for the touchdown to basically seal it, dude. Just
untouched. You know what the first thing I thought about, man?
What's that?
UTSA.
Ooh,
and
last year,
I thought about that, and I'm just like, you know what, we here. Why not?
Exactly.
Now the stakes were higher in that game.
Yeah.
But this still was important to the players. You can tell by how they played.
Oh yeah.
Now, no, leading up to that game was frustrating. Like the bowl game was frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. It was. I said that it was like indicative. It's kind of of how the season went. It's just. We went through a lot of those same, the punts, drops.
Of course, we had 3 turnovers.
3 turnovers. And Dylan had to come out for some time.
Oh, yeah.
It was like everything that happened during the season that kind of was like, come on, man. That was what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, at crucial times, like, we was asking the defense to save us, or we muffed the punt inside our own 5. Like, we did everything to kind of show off what made us frustrated this season, but at the same time, it was good to see some of the good that came from this season, like the growth of Dylan.
Yes,
like he was really good today, and I saw the coaching staff make adjustments. We kind of went back to the run game, and that was something that we saw. We was kind of doing some taunting, but it seemed like we got better with our discipline as the game went on, and we kind of locked back in. We got everything in this one game. It's so funny how we got the good, the bad, and in between of how this season went.
I'm telling you, like, yeah, if you want to talk about just like looking at this game, that is basically how UAB's 2022 season has gone. 3 turnovers, just. I mean, at times, like you get up 10-0, they kind of sit on it for a while, give the Red Hawks a chance to get back in it, and sure enough, they get back in it 10-6. But you never
and no disrespect to the Red Hawks, but being up 10-0 on them, we had our talks. We looked at the film, dog.
Yeah,
we were a much better team.
It felt like we were up like 40-0.
Man,
to be honest, like I told my wife, I was like, when they went up 10-0, I said, in the way Miami wasn't doing anything on offense, the UAB's defense was stout as always under Coach Reeves. I was like, oh man, they got this.
It's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
But sure enough, somehow, some way, those Red Hawks found a way back into it and took the lead towards the end. And I'm like, oh man,
what are we doing, man?
Here we go again. But I mean, I go back. Now, they didn't score on this drive, and this is one of the drives that Jacob Zeno came in. But you got 3rd and 19 from your own goal line. Everybody on that Miami team, and everybody, well, I don't know how many people were in the stands, but we're thinking, all right, they just going to hand it off here. It's going to be a screen. No, man. Long ball. I think it was a post route that Jacob Zeno just threw to Trey Shropshire, and those Miami DBs were like, what in the world? The safety wasn't around. Like, what is going on? Yeah. But, I mean, but that's a kudos to, play calling. And to, like, you very well then could have just been conservative, just handed it off to Skull or Witherspoon, and just said, live to fight another day. No, they took a shot and completed the pass. Now, granted, we didn't score on that drive like I mentioned earlier, but I mean, it was still like, hey, you got, like, there's nothing to lose in this bowl game. Like, why not? And UAB took some shots, and you look at the stats. Trey Shropshire, 6 catches for 183 yards and a TD, tying the Bahamas Bowl record. I mean, kudos.
Trey, one of the best receivers. And this is the end of him. And he's had. I think with this, like, his discipline, we've had some things here and there, and then in the beginning with the transfer portal and the entrance, then coming back out, then going back in and coming back out.
Yeah.
And he kind of got hurt. It took a while for him to find his groove. The year started out weird for him, right?
Yeah, it did.
But props to Trey. I feel like he really grew as the season went. It's kind of like watching Brian Vincent. But I feel like he grew as the season went. And he started having some amazing games just like he did the year before. So shouts out to him. And I know we talk about Debo a lot, going to the league, in which, Debo didn't dress out. To me, that's a
sign he's gone.
That's a sign. And which he should be. But that's the sidebar. Let's go off into that.
Right, yeah.
If Debo is, like, looking at it and they saying that he can go, like, 3rd round,
you got to go.
As a running back.
You got to go. Because why risk it? I mean, as fans, and, we want him to come back and have another year. But, like, if the guy came back another year, or if he played in this bowl game and got hurt,
yeah.
I mean, you just never know.
Hey, we say we Blazer family, right? We say all this and that.
Right.
So, with that being said, no, I don't want him to come back. Why? Because he's rated way higher than I thought they were going to rate him. So, if he's going to go second, third round, as Blazer family, this is what you call yourself, right? We good. We got plenty of running backs in the stable. We got Skull coming back. We got good young freshmen, Lee Witherspoon. We got guys that we can recruit. We don't even have to recruit running back this cycle because we got a whole bunch of good ones.
Exactly.
We got a whole bunch of good ones right here. We are good. We need to wish Debo well. We need to follow him in the NFL, whatever team, and we need to buy Debo jerseys.
Yes.
And we need to just know. We just need to be proud of him and for what he's been able to do. And honestly, for the program, that helps recruiting, right? Because people gonna say, "Oh man, he played for UAB. That guy, yeah, that's that Debo guy." I mean, if I'm a running back, Spencer Brown, boom, then Debo. Now you got Skull and stuff. So if I'm a running back, I would love to come to UAB. So.
Running back you?
Running back you, man. We the G5 RBU.
Now, hopefully, I will say, though, I hope this next offense is going to be a little more spread open. Yeah, just a little bit.
A little bit more creative. A little bit more
just
creative.
A little bit. And that's no knock on the current staff. But, yeah, definitely hope that we can get some, more elite skill players.
Yeah.
And try to spread that thing open
especially
a little bit more.
in space.
Yes.
Coming back with, and then the guys that we have coming back, Fred Farrier.
Yes.
Tajon Palmer. T.J. Jones. Samario Rudolph.
Right.
Yeah, we got some playmakers that I think even Ryan Davis may be able to come back, but I don't know how his injuries are.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough having, 2 hip surgeries? Like that's tough, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any inside info. I wouldn't blame him if he just said, "Hey, I'm going to go play baseball or something else," and just, not. I want him to because I think he's a hell of a player.
Yeah,
he's shown
in that slot. Yeah, he's dangerous. But if we add like some of the guys I've been seeing. I know we got a lot of recruits coming this weekend.
Big weekend here. Yeah, Saturday. Big weekend here ahead of signing day coming up Wednesday.
We got some speed. We got some athleticism. We got some big boys. We got a lot of people coming. If we can build on that and, have Dylan come back, working with Trent, this new offense, I'm very, very excited. And if I was a receiver, I would definitely be interested in coming to UAB. But that's just me, though. I can be biased, that's just me.
Right, yeah. Excited to see, things to come for the Blazers. Just looking at this game a little bit more, you kind of look at, Trey Shropshire helps Dylan Hopkins' stats a lot. 16 of 24, 204 yards, touchdown and a pick. 183 of those 204 were from Trey Shropshire. So credit to Shropshire, but credit to Dylan, man. He's putting it out there for him. They always say look for the grass and throw it to him. The wide receiver goes to the grass and boom, and that connected on a few of those. But shout out Fred Farrier, 2 catches, 20 yards, look good. Dexter Boykin, 2 catches, 19 yards. Tajon Palmer, 3 for 18. I think, looking at the tight end, I do think Brody Dalton is going to be a really good tight end for UAB.
Redshirt freshman, young.
Hate that he dropped that 4th down pass, but hey, man.
Crucial drop.
Hey, man, but we in the Bahamas, so hey, I mean,
and he's young.
And he's young, exactly.
He's young, and he's really came on as the season went, especially blocking wise, and he had caught a couple passes.
Ooh, yeah.
He caught a couple passes, but yeah, that was a crucial drop, but what I want him to do is remember that drop, remember how crucial, remember how horrible it felt to drop that pass.
Yeah.
And say, I ain't gonna do that no more. That ain't me, because I think he would have caught that thing and trucked 1 or 2 guys and got a couple
9
yards.
times out of 10 he catches that and trucks a couple guys.
Yeah.
We've seen it. We've seen it seen it in practice, we've seen it in fall camp. Brody Dalton's a stud. And he will be going forward, so not too worried about that. But I did want to bring it up because that was kind of a crucial play at the time. That kind of let Miami kind of creep back into it.
Yep. But now it can be a teachable moment, a learning moment. So.
Yes. I'm trying to think, like, offensively wise. Obviously, Skull. I mean, that was due to the game. 24 carries, 116 yards, 2 TDs. I mean,
How many yards did Skull have?
116.
So he just missed that.
Yeah,
1,000.
when he need 150, I think.
Dang.
Yeah, I know.
Dang.
But that's okay. Hey, I mean, we're definitely gonna miss. Hold on, Troy's gonna.
Yeah, we
got the Troy UTSA game on.
And they just
caught
it. Was it a goal line pick?
I think so. Return it. Oh man.
Yeah,
that's a good game.
Yeah, this is a good game.
but like no Debo, and he picks up. I mean, he did Skull things, and we've known headed into this year. I said that Skull was going to be the offensive MVP, and obviously Debo took that. I mean, Debo was Debo, but outside of that, I think Skull proved today that all things point to him coming back next year, and if he comes back next year, he's got to be that number one guy.
Oh yeah, of course, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see how Trent is going to utilize him, because I think we kind of just used him as like a pure running back, like Debo, in which Skull is a pure running back. Don't get me wrong, he's a different running back. He's more versatile.
Yeah,
I want to see him. A guy that I'm thinking about, I'm not comparing him to, but a guy I want to see him use it's like Christian McCaffrey.
Yes, that's
you know what I'm saying, like 6 catches, 75 yards. Then 15 carries, 85. Like, I want to see that all purpose, because he has that in his bag. That's what he did his first year or two here. So, but we weren't able to really utilize him that way. If we remember, and Steve put that in his article, he was a slot receiver when he first got here. So he has that in his bag. I really want to see that. I want to see if we can use his versatility to take advantage of it.
Me too. And I mean, you look at Lee Witherspoon coming in, just 5 carries, but 27 yards, averaging 5 a pop, 5.4 a pop.
He ran the ball strong.
It was good to see him, back in. Saw AJ Gates he just got 2 carries. But I didn't see Taven Curry any.
That's okay.
But you can tell it's a loaded room.
It's a loaded room.
It is.
I remember Taven Curry running the ball against A&M. When we was able to get him in, and he ran that ball strong. I remember seeing him at practice. I'm telling you,
good. I tell you, I would have ran that ball against Alabama A&M. Oh man, but I love Taven Curry. And you got to see him in that scrimmage too. He popped off. Yeah. So not worried at all. Definitely. I mean, Dwayne McBride is a once in a blue moon player, and he was so special to watch. And he hasn't made the official announcement yet, but all signs point to him going pro, and we definitely wish him the best. But UAB still has a talented running back room, so we should be okay.
And as far as like once in a not lifetime, but once in a blue moon player, Kadeem Telfort. He had a really, really great game on offense.
He did.
He didn't really allow any pressure. He was mauling guys. He worked up. I often forget how good he can move.
Oh yeah,
dude,
for a big man,
300 something pounds,
right?
And he can work up to the second level,
right?
And I really don't know what his draft stock is looking like, but he deserves to be drafted.
He does.
This guy is good. This him and like Matthew Trahern on that left side. Trahern is really more of an emotional leader, just straight grinder. I know he loves this program. He can be very passionate. I know he loves this program with all he has. And then you got Sidney Wells on that right side, who has been here. He's like a guy. When I first got to UAB, I came from JUCO. I was a junior, and Matt McCants. I talk about this story all the time. Matt looked old as hell, right? So I'm walking in. He all big. He's all big. He's like 6'7" and whatever.
Hey, shout out, Matt. I know you listen.
Shout out, Matt. Yeah. he had like his legs crossed. He was reading a newspaper.
Yeah.
I could have swore he had like a coffee mug and with some coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, who is this old man?
Right.
And why is he on the team? Okay, that's what Sidney Wells kind of remind me of because he's been the old, reliable, consistent guy. I feel like he's grown up. You know, he's probably got married and had kids here. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Sidney Wells, man. I know I've been critical sometimes here and there because I wanted to see him play better, and he responded well today. And I'm thankful for those guys, the Blazers, man. And you know, I think Kadeem really got some good draft stock for himself. He played really well.
He did, and I was going back and looking at that fourth down run just to see if he kind of hit that right side. And it kind of looks like
it was a good cutoff block by Trey Hearn, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at that run, go back and look at it. It kind of parts like Noah, right? That means he really got in there. He cut it, everything chopped down in the middle.
Yep.
That was Trey Hearn right there, really getting in there and cutting off that 3-tech.
Yep.
And bam, right there, all those guys fell over.
And I tell you what, man, it was good to see Will Reichard back in there too.
Oh yeah, the general.
Yes.
The general, man. So shouts out to that O-line and Coach Cam and Coach McCants, man. You guys did a great job, and hopefully we'll be seeing them get position soon.
Oh yeah, they will. They'll land somewhere. They are both too talented. Oh yeah, Troy just scored.
Oh, my brother just scored. Yeah, let's go.
Is that Rajay? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
Rajay
yeah.
Johnson said, former UAB Blazer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, that's my guy. You know, I had traveled down to Troy to see him for family day. You know, we'd have got real close. Look at him. Yeah.
Oh, man, well, I don't like cheering for Troy. I don't know if I
Yeah,
can.
I don't like Troy neither.
Okay.
But sometimes, you know, when people become family, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta suck it up.
I understand that. Well, let's kind of talk about. So I think we've talked a lot about the offense. UAB defensively today, I thought played well. I mean, you look at third down, holding Miami to just 3 of 14 from third down. Like, you look at total yards, giving up under 300, 272 total yards to Miami. Outside of really 2 drives, I thought the defense played phenomenally today. Like, they had a great game plan. It was like, all right, we're going to make Avion Smith uncomfortable when it comes to third and long. We're just going to blitz the hell out of him.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. I mean, you look at, Nakia Eason had a sack. Drew Tuizama had a sack.
And that guy's going to be a star.
Oh, he's going to be a stud.
I can't wait to see him next year.
Oh, man, I tell you, and he's just gotten better and better as this year has
gone
on.
And Fish coming back, right? Fish
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Fairbanks, he ended up having it looks like he was credited with half a sack, but 1.5 TFLs. I mean, and I think he was the MVP on the defensive side of the ball for UAB.
Fairbanks
Michael Fairbanks.
Okay.
Yeah. But let me tell you about now, I love Fairbanks. Renard Ellis, man.
He's a heat-seeking missile.
Stud.
But he's a senior, right?
Yeah, he won't be back. I know. I hate that.
Yeah.
But a while back, I did an interview with Renard Ellis. Y'all can go look in the archives of the Blaze Victory podcast. Just a really good guy. Went to Shades Valley High School, where I went to high school. He started his career at Georgia Southern, transferred over to UAB, and he's really come on late. Like, you go back to that Louisiana Tech game, I mean, he had 18 or 19 tackles.
Just running all over the field. You know what I like about him?
What's that?
His speed, but a lot of guys have that speed, but they don't have that I'm gonna get you to the groundness, the tackling.
Mm-hmm.
People say tackling, but it's more than just like he's a guy that gets you down. Like, you'll go the other way. And I didn't know that was his game until these last couple of games. I'm like, this dude is flying all over the field.
He
you
was,
know?
yeah.
So, and then of course the other guy that's been here forever. We've seen him in his Wolfman phase, and now you look at him. He has his haircut, and he look like he look like a farmer or something. You know what I'm saying? He look like a guy that's got it put together. Noah Wilder playing through an injury. They didn't think he was going. Probably
no. They said just one series.
Just one series.
No, he played the whole game, man.
And he made some winning plays.
Sure did.
And he made winning plays, man. So it's guys like Noah Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
It's guys like Will Bowler. It's guys like
Grayson
Cash.
Yeah.
I think their leadership will permeate through, and hopefully hopefully, man, those guys love the program, and we haven't seen it last time. I'm going to see those guys keep coming over and over. You know, they're Blazer legends. You know, your Sidney Wills and your Telforce, man. Like without these guys, these are the guys that really took us up to another level, to the high, to where we feel like this program is high profile now. They took us into the AAC. It's because of those guys. I want people to know that. So, yeah, the coaching staff was one, but the players are the other part of the equation. And those were the guys that led us into this new era. And they dropped it off at the door, man, and said, here y'all go. They left us with the gift. Now it's up to Diff Gang
yes.
to really take us to that next level.
Yeah, no doubt. I was just thinking of special teams. Matt Quinn, 1 of 1, hit a 42-yarder. Made all of his extra points, 3 of 3, looked good. Really, the muff punt from Starling. I mean,
it's tough.
It's tough, yeah. And that led to a quick Miami touchdown.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's targeting.
Is that targeting?
Yeah.
It hit him with a shoulder.
You saw 4 flags fly out, man. That's
BS. They tried targeting. They tried to call it the targeting get swoops.
Oh yeah. Swooping down. He ended up giving him a shoulder. Yeah, I'm glad they pulled that back.
No,
and I'm glad
he hit him. He hit him helmet to helmet.
Oh, I didn't think the helmet hit.
But he had already committed.
Yeah. That ain't targeting. No, that ain't targeting.
No, they may say he launched.
Yeah, was that?
They may say he launched.
Oscar Cardenas. Oh, okay, yeah. So it was on Pettis for Troy. Oh, okay. Well,
but yeah. So we're going back to Swopes real quick.
Yeah.
Good jobs by the refs.
Yeah.
Because he had already committed to like going low.
Yeah.
And the guy slid into him. I'm like, what y'all want him to do?
Come on, man.
Like come on, man. But how about that last drive? See, they're gonna review it.
Yeah, they're gonna.
That ref, that's a big ass ref.
He's buff. Yeah, he is.
That's a big ref,
man.
Dude is he former linebacker or something. But yeah, going back to that last drive, man. How much anxiety?
I mean, like, I don't know. So I'm gonna be real honest with you. Like, we've seen UAB in this situation a couple of different times, right? All right, we're going to hold on to the ball to the very last. Oh, wait, were you talking about on offense or on defense?
The last drive on defense.
On defense. Okay, never mind. Well, I was going to talk about on offense. But on defense, man, look, I thought they were playing a little bit too safe. You know, they were playing that 3-man front and just drop everybody back. And I'm like, dude, it's just 4th and 3. Can you just stop them right here? But they were playing super conservative. Nothing behind them. So I would have been more aggressive. I would have put pressure on them. But hey, it worked out. It worked out in the end. I was definitely sweating.
Yeah.
So
when he caught that pass, I'm like, God, please don't let him break. Man, yeah. It was slow motion. I feel like 30 thoughts went through my head when he caught the ball. Like,
yeah.
And he kind of shed the first tackle, but he held on. I can't remember. Who was I know Renard Ellis was one.
So the second guy that helped tackle him was Starling Thomas. I can't remember who the guy
was. That Renard?
No, yeah, Renard was the first guy that got him. Okay. And he basically started, and then Starling kind of helped him kind of get in and finish it. Yeah.
I thought he was going to kind of break out of that tackle and then kind of be one-on-one with Starling. I thought he was going to kind of do a little struggle into the end zone. I'm like, oh my God. And I started thinking of you remember the Tennessee Titans?
Yes, was it the AFC champ? No, it was a Super Bowl. And who was that against?
Was it the Rams?
Yes, it was the Rams, and just got short of the goal.
Oh man, I was like, no.
And I was pulling for the Titans that year too. Yeah, because that's when they had Steve McNair quarterback. Yeah,
that's the first thing I thought about. I'm like, don't tell me they're gonna right their wrongs on this play here.
Hey, it worked out in the end, but I was definitely nervous. Yeah, especially when I saw him catch that wide open. I said, "Oh no, here we go." But Darren, anything else on the Bahamas? I know we're running with like 29 minutes, and then we can kind of talk about just like a year in review for a few more minutes.
Okay.
But are we done with the Bahamas Bowl?
Yeah, just shout out to this coaching staff, man.
Yes.
Shout out to them.
To the staff, to the players.
Yes.
They never quit.
Y'all are forever connected to this program. You see me. I feel like I am a walking example because this is why I really love it. yeah, I love the camaraderie in the football days and the connections I was able to make and how I grew as a man while I was here. But it's been everything afterwards. Like, I've grown close to you.
Yeah.
And, like, the fans, the guys that we see, even Steve, writers.
Yeah.
It's just that the community is so real and so thorough. Like I said, people from this community has been to kids' birthday parties. Like, you know, when it comes to the kids, it's real. It is real.
Oh man, it is.
So like, it's stuff like that. Like, though, hopefully those guys are able to take advantage of these connections. And I like how people in this community want to be there for you. So, you know, I wish that they would just, if they want to come and say, you know, do something with the Blazer Big Through podcast or anything that we can help out with as a community, I hope those guys take advantage of that.
100% agree. And that's something, too, you know, looking at with the Dilfer era about to start, like, I hope that he keeps what, I mean, Bill did it, too, but especially what Bryant Vincent has done this past year. Like, I can't remember if Bill ever had, like, an open scrimmage for just players only. Did he do that?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did? Okay, well, he just continued from. So, I hope that Trent keeps that going because we need to keep alumni, you know, former football players. We need to maintain the family atmosphere that we have right now with this program. And that's something, you know, going to the practice facility and just talking with all these players, and they're like, no, this really is, you know, on the recruiting trail, guys here, oh yeah, we got a family over here. But no, at UAB, like, it really does feel like a family environment. And what does kind of scare me, though, is that we've had so many guys that have been a part of this program since the return. And let's face it, a lot of them are going to be heading elsewhere. Yeah. So, I mean, I am definitely excited about what I think Trent Dilfer and his guys that he's bringing in can do for this program. I just hope they maintain this, you know, eagerness to make sure that we hang on to this family atmosphere.
Yeah, because I can tell you, Coach Callaway he didn't care about, you know, other players, like former players coming in, but he didn't go out of his way.
Right.
Tell you why I don't like Coach Garrett McGee. Now I'm going.
I can tell you a lot of reasons why I don't like him.
But I'm gonna tell you why, just personally.
All right, yeah.
The things that the current players, a lot of guys that was on that team, and when I had just graduated, they were still my little brothers. We helped mentors. I was telling us he talked crazy about us. They called us losers and everything else.
Whoa!
I promise you, that is some things that he called. So no former players.
Yeah, ran them off. Yeah,
he ran them. We did not support the program at that time because I'm like, the program is gonna support this guy, and he was awful.
Yeah, he was
awful human being. He's now. Can people grow? Yes, people can grow. I don't know him personally. I don't know what he's done. And you know, God is real. I believe in God, and God grants people grace, and they can grow. But at that time, I didn't care. I didn't give a damn about him. Bill Clark comes in, and when I tell you, like, just breath of fresh air. I met him at a football game. I mean, at a basketball game. The first time I met him, I just shook his hand, and he sat there and really took the time out to really talk to me, you know, and just. It was just like, man, you come by anytime. You know, it was just real eye-opening. You can ask former players. You can ask guys like Trey Ragland and stuff. And, you know, he was really just inviting. And Brian Vincent has been an extension of that. You know, we came by and he had all these former players there. And we would all talk to the team. His wife is so warm.
Oh, Holly's so nice.
She's so warm and inviting, and she's been such an ambassador for the program. It's like really, really, I don't know, man. There's something different. Like, it's touching, and I think that's important for players to see. And I think that stuff, it trickles into recruiting, because when you do that for former players, that gets around, and you get that information as a recruit, and it just means more.
Right. Well, I think another conference uses "it just means more" as their slogan. Was it the SEC?
Oh, shout out to the basketball team.
I was going to say, shout out to Andy Kennedy on going 2-0 on the SEC this year. It just means more to them, right?
It just means more, man.
Which, by the way, we will have more basketball content coming soon. UAB looked really good against South Carolina. Say what you will, it's still an SEC team.
SEC.
Dominated. That game was never in doubt. Led from the jump. But going back to football, Darren, just a couple minutes. UAB going forward now. They were 7-6 in the 2022 season.
Winning record.
Yes, still win a record. You win a bowl game. You had a lot of one-score possession games that if you just win a couple of those, then that really changes the outlook on the whole year. But hey, this team, fought and clawed their way to a bowl game and won the bowl game. Now
we could be playing against Troy in the curveball right now.
I'm telling you, man, I would have loved to make that game. That's in Orlando too. Yeah.
Oh, we would have been there for sure. Yes, bro.
Yeah, can't make the Bahamas, but I can do Orlando.
Yeah.
But so from here, I guess the next thing to watch that Blazer fans should watch is who all is going to enter the portal. There's going to be at least a couple that are going to enter the portal now that the Bahamas is done. And big, like Darian mentioned earlier, big recruiting weekend this weekend. Saturday, tomorrow, or whenever you're listening to this episode, they've got a lot of guys coming. I think there's about 20 or so players they're having on campus. So big weekend for Trent Dilfer. I just looking forward, what does UAB have? Looking forward. Do you think Dilfer can come in and instantly kind of just get back to where Bill Clark was, or do you think it might take him a couple years if he had, or what? In your opinion, Darren, what do you think?
I'm a man that if you say something and then you stand on what you say, I'm a man that I'm gonna stand on what I say. I'm big in that, and I respect you a lot because everything you said you've done.
Yeah.
Trent Dilfer came in. He knows the stakes. He knows the program. Trent Dilfer came in talking about playoffs.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I ain't talking about we get dropped down to D2 FCS. Mm-hmm. No, he's talking about the college football playoffs, in which it does get expanded to 12.
Mm-hmm.
12 teams. It makes it. We're in the AAC.
It's more open there. You can get in. Yeah.
It's an opportunity. It's a real opportunity for us. So he comes. He says definitely by year 2 is what he wants. How do you do that? How do you plan on doing that?
I don't know.
Well, recruiting is the main thing. He has a good nucleus coming back. Mm-hmm. We have good players coming back. You recruit, I like a lot of the recruits he's been. If he can close the deal on a lot of these guys, and we have sound coaching.
Yeah.
We have sound coaching. Look at John Summerall.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Look at what he
came in year 1, and you look at Kane Womack too at South Alabama. Yeah.
So it's we have people that are our peers.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can make an argument that our program should be, higher profile. But that's that's an argument to make. But can he do it? He can.
Yeah.
Will he do it? Only time would tell. But recruiting is here. We are officially in the AAC. We are officially in the Dilfer era.
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of his guys on staff here. It's time. So it's going to start with him recruiting and closing the deal. We're going to see if he's going to be able to get a lot of those Lipscomb guys here. I saw him offering some impressive looking JUCO guys.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Will he be able to close the deal? He's a talker.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be able to see what he's really about. He's been grinding, but just grinding don't mean that you can close it. So we gonna see, man.
Definitely. Well, I think that's a good way to wrap this episode up. Again, Blazers, Bahamas Bowl champions, 24-20 over the Miami, Ohio Redhawks.
Shot.
You can hear the clink. Get the clink. There you go. 7-6, winning record again for UAB. Great things to look forward to. But guys, for the Blazer Victory podcast next week, of course, we will have something. I don't know if we'll do it the same day as Early Signing Day Wednesday, but we'll have something for you guys to talk about some of the guys that Trent Dilfer is able to get in.
Of course.
And then we've also got more great basketball content coming your way. But thanks again, guys. This concludes our third.
Tell the football people. Hey, football guys.
Hey, y'all need to start listening to some basketball, man. We need some crossover. So we've got a lot of dedicated UAB football listeners.
Yes.
And we still got some very loyal basketball listeners, but we need some football listeners to start listening to some more basketball stuff.
Yes, because we need to pack out Bartow, man.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got 5,000 for that South Carolina game.
Yes,
it was terrible weather, but I was still able to get out there with my dad, and Bartow was rocking. Student section was standing up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you love to see that. That ain't happened in years.
Yeah. Okay, student section. I like that.
So we just asked some of you football guys and girls only, like, to start checking out some basketball stuff, because what Andy Kennedy has going on the hardwood is definitely exciting, and could be another special season where we make it to the NCAA tournament in March.
How many can Bartow hold?
I think it seats 8,000 or 9,000 somewhere.
Man, if we get that thing, I'm thinking about it. FAU has been really, really good.
Or North Texas too.
Texas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, those are games we need to. You know what? CUSA as a whole has been good. I don't know what's going on with WKU, but CUSA as a whole has been good. I don't know who we start off conference play with.
I think it's Charlotte Thursday night. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We still need to, do our thing with Charlotte.
Yeah.
But like FAU North Texas, man, like dog, I don't know if they play here. If we play those teams here, we got to at least play one of them here.
I know we play North Texas here. I think we play FAU here.
Oh, we gotta pack it out.
Yes.
We gotta, please, guys.
Please.
And we just need to throw that in here while we got y'all attention. Because I don't know if y'all gonna transfer over to basketball, but y'all need to. But yeah,
y'all need to check it out. Well, guys, this does. I guess since the season is officially over, we'll say that this wraps up the Blazer Victory Podcast's third football season of coverage. Thank you guys that have, whether you've been along for the start, where me and Steve started this, or whether you just started with me and Darian, we all thank you so much. And just look forward to continuing to grow BVP. Oh, also, if you are not following the Blazer Victory Podcast on Twitter, I used to do this all the time, but I have not said this in a while on a show. Give us a follow at twitter.com/BlazerPod. I think we're like 50 or 60 away from 1,000 followers. So if you're listening to this right now and not following, I'll leave a link in the description to click, and just click that link. Give us a follow. If you want to buy merch, you can. That's up to you. It supports us. But we'll also figure out some different ways going forward that maybe you guys or girls, want to support the Blazer Victory Podcast. You may not have $30 to, get a hoodie or something, but we'll explore that in a little bit. But Darren, you want to wrap us out or send us out?
I did have something I wanted to say.
Oh yeah, go for it.
I know we got some older fans.
Yeah.
So if y'all younger people, y'all need to put some of the older people on the Blazer, because they on the Blazer Victory Podcast, because they got iPhones.
Dude, I've heard from
they don't know how to operate it.
10 or 15 people that were like, I've never listened to a podcast until I started hearing about the Blazer Victory Podcast. Now I'm starting to listen to podcasts. So if you have a family member that might not know what a podcast is, tell them about us.
Man. Yeah. Most of everybody got an iPhone. It's an app on our phone that comes. It's already on there. It's called Podcast, right? Yep. You click on it and you just type in Blazer Victory Podcast. It'll come up. Your granddad that loves Blazer football and Blazer basketball, that's been a season ticket holder for 30 years. He probably is interested and wants to hear this coverage, and he just doesn't know because technology is not his forte. Just help him out, man. Help him out, and I think we can really grow like that. I think we're going to really depend on you guys, lean on you guys. We're going to go into this Dilfer era.
Yes.
It's finna get bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Because guess what? We're going to the AAC, and we're going to the playoffs, and everybody's going to be looking for coverage,
yes.
And they're going to come here, and we are just a representation of you guys. So let's grow. It's a new era. It's a new era.
It is. And I hate saying this too, but like, where else are you going to find a dedicated source talking about just UAB athletics for, what are we on, 45 minutes now? Where else are you going to find that?
They're gonna try to hop on once we get bigger.
Yeah, oh yeah. Hey, join while you can. Yeah, we don't want, joining years from now just hopping on the bandwagon. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we'll still take you, but hey.
And, y'all need to let us know. Do y'all like us like talk to us. Do y'all like when we're in person now? We got some drinks.
Yeah, I'm curious to know how this sounds.
Yeah. So let us know how it sounds. Let us know if you like the vibes that's going on, because I'm enjoying it because it's Friday.
Yes.
And I ain't got to go to work tomorrow.
Thank God.
And I've had, what's this? Was it Elijah Craig? I like it.
Yeah, you've had Elijah Craig barrel proof, yeah.
Yeah, I've had 2 cups. I
bourbon,
feel a little buzz. But John doesn't stay far from me, guys. He's literally in the same neighborhood as me. This how you know this was like God ordained, right?
hey, we're gonna finish this Troy game. We'll watch this Troy game.
We'll finish
UTSA,
yeah.
Meat. Yeah, birds up, whatever.
Yeah. I love. Hey, shout out to Alamodome. I love UTSA, but I have a family member that plays for Troy.
I know.
I gotta pick this man up next Monday. He gotta get like a little preventive surgery done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got to. Come on, man. So.
I got you. I'm pulling for Rajay. Yeah, I'm pulling.
Yeah.
I'm just not pulling for Troy. Like, I like when he catches it, but other than that, I don't.
Yeah.
And they about to score again too.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
All right, Dan. You want to close us up?
Yeah, we keep on rambling. All right, Blazer Nation, let's ride.